Hello and welcome people of the internet to, I believe it's week 5 of the PBAL. We're here to do our team builders today, so we're going to take a look at the team that I'm bringing in. I'm up against Trainer Sparks. I do not know their team name or have access to their team logo, sadly. So I'll just quickly go over what their team is. And their team is quite scary. It is very defensive as well as very offensive. They have a lot of quite a bit of speed to their team, but they're not even sacrificing any defensive power. So what the good part is, because of how their team works offensively, a lot of their Pokemon only go in one way. So for example, we have Espeon, who is amazing in the special defense area, fast and offensive on the special attack, but it lacks physical attack. So that's kind of what we're working with here. So let's go over their team real quick. Espeon, Electivire, Quillfish, Gallade, Flareon, Azumarill, Hippowdon, Dusknoir, Gastrodon, Shuckle. Hippowdon really confused me. I have no idea what to expect from it. So we're gonna go over what I've got, and I'll talk you through my thought process around them, because there's gonna be some really weird Pokemon today. So starting off, we have Skarmory. Skarmory is doing its usual job of setting up rocks, as well as being able to get off a taunt and defog, and Night Slash hit more than stab flying. So we've got Night Slash. It is not speed invested, so what does it outspeed? It outspeeds anything that is uninvested from Flareon down. Flareon's probably going to be invested, so not expecting to outspeed that. Azumarill doesn't really switch in on this, but it can be invested enough to outspeed me. I do have a speed stat of 90, so Azumarill would have to be fairly heavily invested to outspeed me. It also outspeeds the Hippowdon to get off a taunt, Dusknoir to get off a Night Slash, Gastrodon to get off a taunt, and Shuckle to get off a taunt. But I honestly don't see a Hippowdon or Shuckle coming. Hippowdon, maybe, it does have quite a bit of offense. Then we have the other reason why Hippowdon might come. Despite being weak to this thing, it can actually just insta-kill me if it lives the hit. Which it might do, given that it has 118 defense and 108 HP. But this thing is... So we got Quordon. We've had pretty good luck with Quordon. I've had a good run with it. I was shocked. So my speed stat is 86. In case the Flareon does not invest, I wanted to make sure they outsped it. But I also outspeed Azumarill unless it's heavily speed invested. I outspeed Hippowdon because we're never going to see a max speed Hippowdon. I outspeed Dusknoir unless it's heavily invested. Gastrodon gets outsped, and Shuckle gets outsped no matter what its investment. Because we all know that one person who will run a jolly max speed hit Shuckle. But yeah, so what is this thing doing? Aqua Jet, Knockoff, Crabhammer, Dig. It is a Mystic Water, because I didn't want recoil from Life Orb. And it's mainly going to be spamming Crabhammers and Aqua Jets. However, Dig is there because I can, if I see Electivire in the preview, I can click Dig when I bring this in, because Electivire is 100% the switch in. That thing switches in on me all day long, lives one hit, and just clicks something. So I can click Dig on the expected switch into Electivire. They do not have a flying type. They do not have a levitate. They have no ground immunities whatsoever. Most of their team outspeeds me, so they will have to switch in, take the Dig, and then I get a chance to switch out before they retaliate hit. So most of their things will just not be able to react to a Dig. Except for Dusknoir. I do have to be careful with that. But yeah, so moving on, we then have our trusty Typhlosion, who is scarfed yet again, I believe. Yes, scarfed yet again. with Will-O-Wisp, Extrasensory, Lava Plume, Rock Slide. Rock Slide is mostly for the Flareon. I had no ways to hit a Flareon. Lava Plume, Extrasensory, so Flareon might have Flash Fire. I don't want it to be a free switch in on this thing. I do want to have a rock move if I see Flareon in the team preview. Lava Plume, Extrasensory hits most of their team fairly neutrally. And yeah, Will-O-Wisp just to snag some burns here and there. Next up, we have probably the weirdest Pokemon you're going to see today. Dragonair. I am finally bringing Dragonair. Because, and this is something that I'm hoping my opponent will also forget, it doesn't have the same abilities as Dragonite. This thing has Marvel Scale and a higher base defense than Milotic. So we're going defensively, so a tanky version of Dragonair with Thunderbolt, Surf, Draco Meteor. My opponent has a fairly physical team. So I'm hoping I can lift some hits, throw off Thunderbolts, Surfs, and Draco Meteors. Unlike Milotic, it can't switch in freely on Pokemon to get up its Marvel Scale, so I am having to run Protect. And I don't really get great recovery moves, so I am kind of relying on firing off as many attacks as I can while I'm still alive. So it does have drawbacks, but yeah, I'm gonna basically play off of its best ability and just try to throw some kills out there, throw my opponent off by them not knowing how to react to a Dragonair. Moving on, we then have Gengar, who is going to be just your bog standard Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball, Psychic, and Energy Ball. The weird thing about this is it's nature. I've got this thing as a bold nature, not a modest nature. It's not modest, it's not timid, it is bold. I actually can't remember the final decision for that. I think it was something to do with the fact that I could live a specific hit from Dust Noir with bold. I can't remember. Probably should have gone Jolly. I'm probably going to regret it. But yeah. And then speaking of regretting, we then have our final Pokemon, which is Physical Exploud, because they have more special defense than they do physical. I'm going to capitalize on that. I am Scarf Physical Exploud. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the battle video. We'll be going up tomorrow. And until then, remember to take care, be kind, leave a like, subscribe, tell your friend, all of the above to help out your fellow YouTuber. And yeah, take care, everybody. Bye!